Hey y'all, listen, one thing that I know is that there is something that you absolutely cannot shift without, and I'm going to give you some free game here, right? And I promise you it's not going to be anything, it's not going to be rocket science because it never is, right? It's just like the smallest things that make the biggest difference in ways that um, can literally change your life, right? It's all about the frame and the perspective that we have about what we got going on. All right, yeah, my volume is good. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be dropping. I'm gonna drop a little nugget on like um, what you absolutely cannot shift without. If you happen to be watching with me live, do me a favor and say hey, so that I know that you're here. Say hey D, or hey, whatever, however you want to holler at me. If you catch the replay, do me a favor and type replay in the chat so that I know that you're here. So if you're here with me live, do me a favor, say hey D, say something in the chat. Don't be over there vibing with me quietly. Like let me know that you're here. I would appreciate that. And if you catch the replay, type replay in the comments, and I'll come back through and show you some love, right? If for some reason this gets shared, like if you know somebody that needs to hear what I'm sharing, like out the gate before I even share what I share it with them. Tag them. I'm fine with it. It should be a public post. Um, if you happen to be watching this and this is your first time coming across me or my content, you have no idea who I am, that's fine too. I don't believe in happenstance. I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're tuning in. I'm Danielle, the coach. I'm a certified life and leadership coach, and I help entrepreneurs, CEOs, and influencers balance the demands of life, leadership, and business. There's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of demand for your time and your energy, and it's very easy to get lost in those demands, right? It's very easy to feel like things are not balanced, whatever balance looks like for you. And so, wherever you are on your entrepreneurship journey, whether you are you're still juggling a 9 to 5. I call those my straddlers. You're still juggling a 9 to 5, but you know that you may be dabbling in entrepreneurship or dabbling in the business on the side, whether you're a full-time entrepreneur, whether your full-time entrepreneurship looks like being an influencer, wherever you are on your journey, right? I know that your lived experience is different from most because most people aren't um, taking the initiative, nor do they have the courage to branch out and start something from scratch, not knowing what's waiting for you on the other side, right? And so, because I know that you are a go getter, because I know that you are a trailblazer, because I know that you have a lot riding on what you're doing, especially if you've taken that leap and you're doing this thing full time. I know what you're up against, and I know that oftentimes you don't have a you for you, right? You're all the things to all the people, personally and professionally, but when it comes time for you to be heard, to be seen, to be validated, to be valued, there aren't many spaces that you can go and to receive that same level of support and also safety, like psychological safety, right? So you may have a therapist, right? But that's helping you to heal past trauma, right? So that you can show up powerfully. But what about what's next? Like when it comes to like all things life, leadership, and business, when it comes to moving the needle forward and really taking into account your goals and objectives for yourself, your life, your business, and how you're showing up in alignment to what it is that you really want or not. I know what you are up against, and it is my life's work to support you um, in showing up for yourself, your dreams, your goals, and whoever might be depending on you in the most powerful version of yourself at this stage in this season. And there's always going to be a next most powerful version of you. I know that, and it's my my pleasure to support you in continuing to understand that as well, right? And so what I know is that in order for you to step into your next season, something's got to shift. In order for you to step into the next realm of possibility for you, in the most as the most powerful version of yourself, which is how you want to, right? Nobody wants to stutter step, um, and to come meek and mild into their next level. Like, no, you want to burst through the doors, like with the S on your chest, like, hey, I've arrived, I'm here, I'm coming for everything that's mine, and unapologetically. So either get on board, you can either get left behind, or you can get bulldozed if you make an attempt to get in my way, right? Because you are a trailblazer, because you are a go-getter, and that is the energy that my clients leave me with, right? You come battered, you come a little disheveled, you may be even broken in some places, right? Because life and business and entrepreneurship and leadership and family and all of the things, all of the responsibilities that you carry, right? They're weighing you down. That's okay. I got you, right? I got you. There's no better place for you to step outside of my world, right? This is a place for you to lay down, sit your crown to the side for a second, take that S off your chest, and like really get clear on who you are, right? To really be re-energized and put that battery back in your back and remind yourself not only who you are, right? What your superpower is, and be reminded of what your limitations and your blind spots are just based on how you're naturally wired, how you're naturally designed, but to also empower you to be more aware of um, not only your purpose, but like to be in alignment with um, your purpose, to be in alignment, to take on aligned opportunities, right? To understand what aligned opportunities are available for you, right? And then to also position you to get your head back in the game, put the crown back on your head, put the S back on your chest, adjust your crown, right? And know who you are and be unapologetic and the most authentic as possible when you step back into the world and the marketplace, ready to rock. Like, hey, I'm back. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I know who I'm here for. I know what my boundaries are. This is what it is, right? Take it or leave it alone, right? And when you step into my world, when you step out, it actually starts while we're working together. But for sure on the back end, if you've been showing up for yourself and doing the work, people have three options. Like I said, they can get on board, they can get left behind, or they can get bulldozed. They got options because either way the train is leaving the station, you're going places and you're coming to get what's yours. Yeah, we get tattered, we get beat down every once in a while. It's par for the course, right? Especially if you're the first person in your space that's really doing, like let's say your immediate family, right? Or your immediate circle that's really doing what you're doing the unprecedented, defying the status quo, creating something out of nothing, um, learning things and skills that just are not natural to you and were not taught to you right up until now that you're seeking the new knowledge and the skills. Like, it's a lot and you got goals. You may be flourishing in one area of your life and you feel like, well, I'm killing it over here, but in this side of my life, like, it's a drought. Or I'm killing it over here and then this side of my life, it's like it doesn't even exist. You get to do both. You get to have both, right? You get to flourish in all of the areas, but it comes down to being balanced, right? So what I help my clients do, I support my clients with getting clear about what's next for them, right? Who they are, who they're not, right? And framing the boundary around those things so that they can show up as the next most powerful version of themselves, right? Everything that you've experienced and encountered up until now is working for you, right? If you're willing to lean in and leverage the lessons that you've been afforded up until now. But all of those things are the foundation for your next, it's a stepping stool for your next level. So if you are willing to step up to the plate, if you know that you're not willing to settle for less than what you know that you deserve and or desire, and you're willing to do what most won't, scared, and all whatever other feelings that you may have, and to lean in to see what's possible, I have something for you, right? I have something for you because clarity is the one thing that your next level that you absolutely cannot shift without, right? You cannot shift without clarity. You can take little actions here and there, and you're probably going to be moving in circles. But without clarity, your next shift, I'm talking the power move, I'm talking the thing that's going to move the earth, right? And move people out of your way, repel them, and also attract them to you. Your next shift cannot happen without clarity. And I just had a conversation. It's so interesting that this happened today. And I know it was not by happenstance, mistake. It was all for a reason. Something happened with me earlier, and I was like, I got to talk to somebody about this. So I called one of my girlfriends, and I shared with her what I needed to share, and she kind of gave me the insight that I needed to hear. And then somehow the conversation shifted to us talking about something that she had going on. And I'm a natural active listener, right? And my skill set is refined because now I am a trained and certified coach. But what I know is that my gift, I've always been an active listener. I've always been one to listen and not give unsolicited advice. Like some of my best friends will tell you, I know I have to ask her what she thinks because she's not just going to volunteer it. That's just who I am. And I'm unapologetic about it because I respect your ability to share with me. And you might not want advice, but if you ask for it, I'll give it to you, right? So my homegirl started sharing, whatever was going on with her. And interestingly enough, she's in this space where there's a lot of opportunity available to her because she's gifted in so many things, right? Just an absolute consummate go-getter and can do lots of things and can do lots of things well. But in this space of wanting to transition into full-time entrepreneurship, she has not been sure about which skill and or gift to leverage because, nobody, we don't want to make the wrong decision, right? And we want to do the thing that we feel like is going to be lucrative while allowing us to show up powerfully and leverage the skill or gift that we have. Then it's just like, well, also not wanting to sacrifice the passion that a lot of these other things absolutely bring to the surface for you as well. So it's an interesting space of like dissonance to be in, but it's harmful to go-getters like us because it absolutely 1000% keeps us stuck. It keeps us stuck swirling and spiraling and existing in spaces that we've outgrown, spaces in which we've fulfilled our purpose assignment because we're not clear on what's next. So listen, my shift experience is coming up, right? I'm hosting it next Wednesday, July 6, 2022. I am taking a few good go-getters on a journey to helping you get clear on who you are, expand your self-awareness, expand your awareness of aligned opportunities that have already been presented to you that you don't even see because you're not clear on some other things first. And I'm also going to support a few good go-getters in the shift experience with leaning into accepting calculated risk, taking calculated risks, right? Your inner imposter is doing you a disservice. All of those stories that you've been telling yourself about why you can't have the thing that you know your heart desires, all of the reasons why you sit at your desk and daydream but don't do anything about it. You scoured Google, you see other people out here doing some of the similar things that you want to do, and you know you're better at it than them. But here they are out here doing what seems to be whatever is looks like success, right? But yet you're still showing up in a space that you're unfulfilled in, right? Why? Because you decided to. Nobody's holding you hostage. You might be a slave to money. I know I was, and that's a difficult conversation that I had to have with myself, right? I was making well over six figures, right? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm miserable. I am miserable. I'm showing up in a place and looking in people's faces that I would rather not. Okay? I just would rather not. And me being who I am, that's not good, nor is it safe for anybody involved. Because when I stop caring, I stop caring. And I'm a carer, right? When I am invested, when I am devoted, when I am locked in, you get 175% out of me. And so when I start to match the energy that I see, when I start to um, take my fingers out of the holes in a sinking ship, when I just start to, sit back and show up and do the bare minimum, it's not good for anybody involved. And I know that about myself. I was self-aware enough to know. And I said, I want more for myself. I deserve more and I desire more. So I'm going to go get more. Now I got to dig my heels in and figure out, well, what does that look like, right? What can I do differently that leverages my natural skills and abilities or the expertise that I've amassed over the last over a decade of career professional experience that I have? What does that look like? What can I do that doesn't require me to start all the way over from scratch, right? To pivot into a totally new career profession or even full-time entrepreneurship, what possibility exists for me? Because at this point, I don't know. And just like my girlfriend I was talking to earlier, I was in that same position. There's a lot of things that I could do and a lot of things that I was able to do well. Did that mean that I wanted to do them? Some. And even when I was able to funnel out some of them, it's just like, okay, well, it's kind of still feeling all over the place. Make it make sense, right? And I was able to do that work and figure it out. And I lied to you not, in less than 50 minutes, because I talked for about 15, 20 minutes of that conversation, and she probably spoke for the rest. Like we kind of like shifted who was in need at the moment. So I probably say in like 30 minutes or less, just me having a conversation with her, my good sis got clear on what it is that she's going to do. Like we pulled stuff out of like what's been floating, and I listened to what she said, and I was able to play some things back for her and also speak life into her and tell her what I observed and also offer up possibility in partnership, not partnership in business, but because I'm a friend, right? Because I'm on this journey with her, right? It's just like, hey, here's what I know about you. Here's what I'm seeing. Like, what do you think about that? And just in a matter of minutes, a program name was crystallized for her. The space that she's made a decision to lean into and capitalize on was crystallized. The train has left the station. Less than 30 minutes. And this is why I am unapologetic about charging what I charge to work with me. Because I can have a conversation with you and it can change your life. A conversation with you and it can change your life. You understand? I am operating in my God-given gifts. I am operating in alignment with my purpose. I found my sweet spot. You understand? And so it comes naturally easy to me because I'm doing what I've been doing well before, while I was working a six-figure job, who I was as a person. In that space and outside of that space, I've been a coach. I've been watering people's dreams. I've been motivating people and empowering people to follow their heart and do it unapologetically, even if it means going against the status quo, doing something different, and you don't have resounding support from your immediate circle, but the thing that you really want to do that makes your heart smile is keeping you up at night. I've been that person pushing people in the direction of their wildest dreams. Before I even thought about being a coach, before I even became frustrated and disgruntled, right? I'm not new to it, I'm true to it. So now I found my sweet spot, and I know the difference that a conversation, especially multiple conversations, especially over a span of time, if one conversation can change your life, my God, what can 90 days do or more? You understand what I'm saying? So I am unapologetic about standing in my power, my gifts, and also charging a premium for it, because really the investment that it costs to work with me, let's say even for 90 days, right, starts at $7,500. What's $7,500 to the rest of your life? If we're able to work together and get you clear on what's next for you, to get you confident enough to do something about it, because the clarity means nothing if you ain't gonna do nothing with it, right? You might as well not even waste your time. But if you know that the clarity is the thing that's keeping you from moving forward, you need to be at the shift experience, right? Whether you pay $84 because you get in by the end of today, June 30th, 2022, whether you pay $497, it's a drop in the bucket, right? Has money been a thing that's been keeping you from leaning into what's next for you, right? Has it? And I get it. There's no judgment, but I am speaking to your soul because I know that there are some things that are keeping you from what's next for you, and they're superficial. They're superficial. It's money. If you got it once, you'll get it again. When's the last time you invested in your personal development, right? You'll sign up for all of the things if you're still a 9 to 5er, You'll sign up for all of the things that your company offers, right? All the free trainings that you could give, you could care less about, right? But it's something to occupy your time and you feel like you're doing something. When are you going to use that stuff? And is that stuff in alignment with who you really want to be? Like what you really want to do? So the moment that you make a decision, I'm not wasting my time or anybody else's money on stuff just to be a filler. I'm going to invest my time. I'm going to invest my money. I'm going to invest my energy in things that are in alignment, aligned opportunity. There it is again. That are in alignment with what it is that I really, really want to do, who I really, really want to be, and where I really want to go with my life. Right? Is this in alignment with my wild dream? If it's a yes, then like it's a decision that you're gonna make as opposed when it comes to okay, I'm gonna lean into it. If it's a no, then it's a no. But either way, it's a decision, right? So my challenge for you is to make decisions that are in alignment with where it is that your heart wants you to go, right? What is it that you desire for your life? And the longer you keep swirling and going to get this certification, that certification that's in alignment with your day job, that has nothing to do with what you know you really want to do with the rest of your life, the moment that you decide to stop playing with it and really invest your time, money, and energy in the things and the spaces that are going to serve you for the long haul, that's where the game is going to change, right? So if you are somebody who knows like I don't have clarity, right? I'm just not sure. Whether you're not sure of the what, you're not sure of the how, you got the vision, but you have no idea. Like it's so big. The weight of the vision that God has given you is so heavy. You don't even know what the first step is. You lack clarity. And this is what the shift experience is designed to support you with. And again, I'm going to repeat this. I've said it before. This is not an event that you're going to show up to, pull up a seat, and listen to me talk all day. You're going to roll up your sleeves, and we're going to do some work. I am going to support you in getting clear on who you are in this season, not who you've been, not who your inner imposter has been telling you you are. I'm going to get you clearer on who you are in this season. We're going to do some shedding. We're also going to, I'm also going to be putting a fresh battery in your back, right? So that you can get clear on who you are, right? And who you need to become to get to what's next for you, right? We're going to get you clear on aligned opportunity, like what's next, and position to come up with an action plan so that you can take steps to begin to put this thing in motion and bring it to life. Because you deserve that. You deserve to actualize and manifest your wildest dreams. You deserve it. Like more than anything, you deserve it. I don't know if you feel like you don't deserve it, but you absolutely do deserve it, okay? I listen, I put the shift experience on the shelf for a while. It's back now, right? I don't know when I'm bringing it back. I've gotten a couple of questions about, oh, you're going to have it again. Can't make this one. I don't know, right? I don't know if I do. I don't know when. My focus right now is on the July 6th event and serving my clients who are coming there at a high level. If you have come to the shift experience before, it's been a while. It's been over 6 months. You're welcome to come again. I invite you to come again. It's nothing like a refresher, because a lot of times in this space, especially as entrepreneurs, wherever you are in your journey, we're on this quest of picking up knowledge all of the time. Let me learn this. Let me learn that. And a lot of times, some of that information is premature. Until you're able to like master some of the things that you've learned so far, put it on repeat, revisit, because you're not the same person you were the first time you heard it, and you're likely going to hear something, you're going to hear it and digest it differently because you're not the same person. You're a different person now. So it's nothing wrong with a little repetition. As you continue to evolve into the next most powerful version of yourself, and the next most powerful version of yourself, and the next most powerful version of yourself. So there's so much opportunity here. And if your soul has been triggered every time you've seen my post, if you've gone to the website and looked at what it's about, you've even put in the code D-Day22, and you've seen evidence of like the $413 discount that you get using my birthday promo, like you've done all of the things, but you just have not put your card information and you have not committed, you have not put it on your calendar. I want to challenge you to like really get real with yourself and like ask yourself why. What are you afraid of? Right? Also ask yourself, well, what's possible? What will it hurt? Right? In the name of self development, right? In the name of personal development, in the name of self care. When's the last time you did something for you? And it ain't business related, this is you related. This is filling your cup, putting gas in your tank because you need it and you deserve it. And that's one thing that I get. There's so much focus on all of the things, right? No, but what about you? Because there is no operation without you. And so I want you to be equipped to make your yeses hell yeses and your no's hell no's, right? And be authentic and deliberate about your yeses and your no's because it's just you, right? And you have to be in this thing for the long haul. So I say all that to say, you what is happening? You absolutely cannot make your shift without clarity. Okay? So if you know that you need what I'm talking about, right? If you are the least bit interested, you may not even know why this is calling to you or speaking to you, but you know there's something, trust your gut. Like this is a gut check. Trust your gut. Lean into it. What's the worst that can happen? So if that's you, you know who you are. I'm doing my part. I'm making sure you have the information. I'm making sure you know about the D-Day offer. I'm also making sure you are crystal clear that tomorrow, July 1st, 2022 is going up to $497. I'm doing my part. I'm showing up in all of the places, as many places as I can, right? And I just want to make sure you have the information. So if you're coming, let's go. Go to www.daniellethecoach.com/shift. Use code DDAY22, DDAY, the number two. At checkout, you can get in for $84 for the rest of today. Today is June 30th, 2022. As of when the clock strikes 12 on July 1st, that 12 a.m., it's $497, okay? I'm super excited for the go-getters that have opted in. I even have a returning client tapping into it. She's coming back to get some more of this good work, and I'm so here for it. Like, that's the spirit. And I'm excited for you too, and I'm rooting for you too. And I am praying that in this season of wanting something different, that you also take the calculated risk of doing something different. It's $84, right? It's $84. So with that, I'm out. I look forward to seeing you on the 6th, so that we can get you clear. And in the clarity, we can get you confident so that you can get out here and kill the game in your own lane. All right. If you happen to have caught the replay, do me a favor, type replay. If you know somebody that needs to hear what I shared, share this with them. Share the wealth. I invite it. I'm open to it. And I actually appreciate it. And if you watch this whole thing, I appreciate your time and I appreciate you locking in. I'll see you next time.